Hi, my name is Claude Keller. Welcome to my talk, Communication or How to Effectively Collaborate with Others. In this talk, I will address three things. I will show you that constructive feedback does not work and why. I will tell you about the importance of the inner attitude for the success of collaboration. And in the third part, I will introduce 4 different approaches on how to give feedback that it works. Now, we're living in an ever-changing world, so we are challenged to constantly learn new things. 2016, at the Neuro Leadership Conference in New York, David Rock said the following about feedback. After 40 years of research, the only thing we can say with certainty is that constructive feedback does not work. Now, this statement may surprise you, or it may even sound provocative to you. But let me show you why it may be true. Our brains are absolutely allergic to criticism, no matter how nicely it is worded. Why? Criticism is danger. It's like a danger to our brain. So therefore, it will go against it. It will protect itself from it. And our subconscious is constantly checking whether our counterpart means well with what is being said, or whether there is a critical undertone, whether there is a danger in there. And depending on the attitude of the feedback giver, that's the way we react. So our brain is absolutely allergic to any kind of criticism, any kind of constructive feedback, no matter how well or nicely it is put. So it's the attitude of the feedback giver that is deciding about what happens. To illustrate this, let me talk to you about the fascinating experiment that was done at the Riverside University in California. At the university, they recruited students to train rats. One group of the students was told, hey, listen guys, you are lucky because you were picked to work with the intelligent rats, the rats from the gene pool that we know they learn fast. The other group of students was told, sorry guys, you had bad luck. You will have to work with the rats that we know they're not very intelligent. They're coming from a bad gene pool. But please do your best, that they really learn well. No surprise, in the progress of the experiment, it became apparent that the rats from the intelligent gene pool learned twice as fast as the rats from the not so good gene pool. But what the students didn't know, both groups of rats came from the exact same gene pool. So what made the difference? It was only the attitude of the students towards its rats that decided how quickly a rat learns. Now you may wonder, well, and what has this to do with me in my work environment? Well, what holds true for rats will also hold true for relationships among people. It's the inner mindset of the boss who decides or who has an important impact on the success, the performance, and the willingness to learn of his employees. Still not convinced? Let me tell you about a study done by the Corporate Leadership Council with 19,000 participants. There, it was shown that speaking about people's strength will increase their performance by up to 36%, while speaking about weaknesses and problems will decrease their performance by up to 27%. So it's definitely that our awareness creates reality. That what you see is what you get. So what have we learned so far? We learned that constructive feedback does not work, and that positive recognition, authentic compliments really drive performance. Here's my challenge to you. What is your attitude towards your colleagues, your employees, or maybe your superior? Allow yourself to be honest. Make a list. Who do you like? Who do you dislike? And then try for 30 days to exclusively focus on the positive with all employees. and find out for yourself how the collaboration may change and improve. Besides your inner attitude, what are other simple things that you may be able to do to make your feedback more impactful? Let me speak about it. But before I can, we need something very important. We need your personal goal. Because nothing happens in the brain without a goal. So what could be a specific goal for a specific person that you have that you hope to improve collaboration with? Please pick a person and define a specific goal. What is it you would like to get more of? What is it that would improve collaboration? Please take your pick. We need it now. Now that you have chosen somebody with a specific goal, I can start. The first and simplest thing you can do is to give genuine compliments and appreciation. Because appreciation and compliments is like fertilizer for the brain. It wants more of. So in what way could you make a compliment to that person that goes in the direction of your goal? Try it, find out, repeat it. It will change. The second thing you can do is ask open-ended questions in the direction of your goal. Because there's nothing easier than to divert attention to your goal than by asking an open-ended question. Something like, well, what would it take for you to give me a little bit more of that? Or if the person is negative, say, well, okay, I do understand, but let's assume you could do something of it. Under what circumstances would you be willing to do that? So think about your specific person. How would you ask an open-ended question in the direction of your goal? Well, if the first two approaches don't work, we can go to the most powerful and most courageous approach of them all. Go and ask this person for help and support. Show yourself vulnerable. Tell her or him that you really need them and that it would be okay for you to get a no. Why is this so powerful? Well, it's almost impossible for us to deny somebody an authentic request for help. So what kind of help could you ask for with respect to that person? Are you willing and courageous enough to ask the question? By the way, it's a sign of strength and greatness to ask for help. Because weak people, they will try to hide their weaknesses. Strong people go and ask for help. If all three approaches fail, yeah, you can revert to the, in a way, last resort. State a clear expectation. In relationship, to tell them also why it's important for you to have that expectation fulfilled. Something like, I expect every meeting to start on time because I hate wasting time if we have to repeat certain things. So what would be an expectation that you have towards the person for whom you've set the goal? Okay, now, you may have probably already tried one of these four approaches, but which one did you not try yet? And are you willing to try? Well, I hope so, because I'm sure you may be surprised by the impact you have. Now let me summarize what we have been speaking about today. Constructive feedback doesn't work. Brains are allergic to criticism. It's the inner attitude that's critical for learning, achievement, and success with others. Talking about positives creates more positive. Talking about weaknesses reduces the other person's willingness to achieve. To achieve, you must know your goal. And compliments, open-ended questions towards the goal, asking for help and clear expectations are 4 feedback approaches to help you get closer to your goal. In the accompanying material of this talk, you will find additional resources, also ideas that may support you in your collaboration with others. And if you're interested in changing yourself, check out my talk on the Agile Mindset in the Pathway Agile Mindset. And I think you will be finding more interesting tips on how to change your mindset. And now, I wish you a positive and successful journey.